Okay. Soulja Blade with the TurboGrafx-16 Mini. It's a vertically scrolling shooter I'll be playing in just a second. I'm skimming through the manual again. Each weapon has 3 different power-up levels. Red cluster, attacks, and... Let's see. Yeah, blue laser and the wave green laser, okay. So there's the spread gun. No, they're all spread guns. That's not terribly helpful. Okay, so on the bottom left, on the top left-hand corner of the screen, that should be the speed of your character. Is that mentioned here in the manual? They don't even mention in the manual what that even does. Okay, that's weird. They didn't even bother to show you what the speed is. Okay, here we go. Select button during the game. It changes the speed of your ship. So there's low and high in terms of speed. So you can change your speed on the fly, but you have to press the select button to do it. There's a Caravan mode. You can play it. We can do a score attack for 2-minute sessions or 5-minute sessions. They show enemies. Okay, there are only 4 enemies in this game. I don't believe that for a second. Let's see, there's a normal mode, the Caravan mode, there's a regular score mode, apparently. Mode is for championships. There's a screen. Change the screen to normal or arcade mode. Don't know what that does. We'll test them both out during this video. Score, setup, so we'll go to setup. Let's see. Screen mode. So that's the so the arcade mode is like a vertical. Oh yeah, so it's like a cave shooter, and that has a vertical mode. That might be interesting to try. Too bad I can't play it. Too bad I can't rotate the screen. We'll try it out normal mode. Normal and hard. Great. Okay, fine. We'll do a quick 2-minute mode. Actually, no, we'll do a normal game, then we'll do the challenge mode a bit later. Because the rules are different for challenge mode. Because like I don't think you're even allowed to use the special attacks you have. Yeah, so the select button is how you switch speeds. And your ship takes a different form depending on what speed you chose, okay. So it looks visibly different, so that might help. If you're curious what mode I'm in. Of course, you can always just check the top of the screen, too. Okay, press the A button, press button 1, and it launches the super shell. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, the rules here are similar to Space Megaforce in the Super NES, if you remember that game. If you collect the same color weapon, it gets stronger. If you switch to a different color weapon, it's a lateral move, so it stays the same strength. So you saw me pick up the red power-up first to level up my weapon to level 2, and then I picked up the green weapon. So the idea is that if you pick up a weapon that's the same color as the one you're carrying, it gets stronger. Like that. And if I want to switch to the green weapon, it's a lateral move. So if I have a level 3 weapon and I pick a different color, that new weapon will be level 3. But if I'm at level 2 and I pick up a different color weapon, that weapon will be at level 2. So that's the trick. Is that if you want your weapon to get stronger, pick up the same weapon first, and then switch weapons if you feel like it. So I want to say that's what Space Megaforce did. It had that whole thing where it was like, yeah, whoop, press the A button for the super shell. Oh, I'm using the green weapon, so that's my super shell. So I guess if I were using the red weapon, my super shell would be like that homing thing I was doing. Careful. Let's try fast mode, so I can weave around a bit more easily. So we'll go to high speed mode here. No turbo fire on my controller. This game has auto fire. So I'm just holding the button down for all this. Okay, we good? Okay, I shouldn't have done that. So I pressed the button 1 to unleash my super shell, and I shouldn't have done that. So basically, whatever weapon I'm carrying can be unleashed by pressing button 1. Okay, collect the blue one first. Okay, so now we can switch to the green. There we go. So I leveled up my weapon, and then I switched weapons. Apparently, this game has the same rules where every time you get a weapon, you get stronger. So you can take one more hit from the enemies. So if I get hit, my weapon loses a level. I'm gonna switch to low speed mode so I can maneuver more quickly, maneuver more easily. Circle. Okay, I switched to the red now. So I had 3 blue weapons. Now I have a red weapon that I'm carrying. On the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the super shell that I'm carrying. On the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, excuse me. There are 2 blues and 1 red. The red is the one that's selected. If I press button 1, that will switch to the super shell mode for this red weapon. Now I'm fully powered. I'm a level 3 red weapon now. So I can take 2 hits from enemies before I die, apparently. Or at least 2 regular hits from enemies. Super hits. I think there are still some weapons that can kill you in one shot. Okay, I'm gonna press button 1 in just a second. See? So if I'm carrying a red weapon, I press button 1 for this little homing thing I'm carrying. So it just automatically attacks enemies. You want the green weapon? Yeah, I'll grab it. So now I got a green weapon. It's my wave. I'm level 3 wave. Alright, so now I think I figured out this game a little bit. Yeah, this might be an okay weapon. Press button 1. Don't press button 1. This seems to be a pretty useful weapon for taking out all the projectiles. Yeah, so it's taking out some of these projectiles. Yes, doing a pretty good job with these projectiles. So I don't want to press button 1 because I'm going to lose this weapon. Somehow avoided those lasers. Yeah, careful! Whack. This weapon probably isn't that strong. Whoops! Yeah, that took me out in one shot. Press button 1. I think I lost my super shell. Yeah, I lost my super shell. That's okay, I still have a level 1 weapon I can use. And you move to the left or right, the weapon bends as you move to the left or right. So that's kind of a nice feature. Okay, I don't have any more super shells. Oh well. Guess I'm stuck with this weapon until he dies. This boss just takes a bunch of hits. He's not hard, he just takes a bunch of hits. Kind of spongy. Let's get a save scum going on here. I'm curious how many lives I have in my other save game. We'll find out in a second. Okay, I need a power-up. Help me. There we go. I need a green. Give me a green. Don't have a green. Okay, I guess I'm taking the red then. So this is a level 1 red weapon, apparently. Whoops! Screwed that up. Ah, I lost it. I saw it float away there. Okay, give me the red. Give me the red. Now grab the green. Okay, so now I got level 2. So I leveled up, and then I grabbed the green weapon. So that's why I grabbed the red one first, because I want to level up the weapon I'm carrying before I switch weapons. So that the new weapon will be stronger. Careful. Careful. Wow. Guess I'm grabbing the blue. Press the circle button. Excuse me, press button 1. Okay, so I lost my green super shell, but that's okay. I sacrificed my green super shell so that I can grab this blue weapon. Whoops! Okay, so I got 2 blues now. So the weapons that I'm carrying, the super shell weapons that I'm carrying, fly out of my body when I die. But I might be able to grab them when I respawn. Kind of like Life Force. So apparently there are no waypoints when you die in this game, like in Salamander, the arcade game. This is more like Life Force. Your character just respawns right on the spot. Which I guess makes sense for a 2-player game. Your character should respawn on the spot instead of waiting for the other character to die so you can respawn at a waypoint. I do have a second controller here. Yeah, I have a Hori. PS4 controller, and it is compatible with this unit. So if you want to play 2 players, you can use one of those tiny blue PS4 controllers that Hori made. I'll see if I can pull up the name, because it's one of those small purple PS4 controllers they were selling a while ago. The one that has it has 4 shoulder buttons, but they're horizontal. They're not vertical. So in other words, you can't just. It's dumb. It's so dumb design because you can't. Buttons R1 and buttons L1 and R1 aren't on the corners of the controller. They're in the center of the controller, which is just incredibly frustrating. Press the circle button, but it's not necessary for a console like this because there are no L and R buttons on this console. We good? Now give me the red. Okay, I got the red. Now I got the blue. Okay, so I grab the red first. I can level up, then I got the blue. So if I press button 1, I can unleash my blue super shell weapon. If I want to sacrifice this weapon, I can press the 1 button, and that will sacrifice this weapon in super shell mode. And then I'll be able to switch to my red if I want to do it that way. I think this weapon's slightly stronger than the red. I'm not sure. Is there flickering in this game, or is it just like an interlacing trick where they flicker some of the sprites, like a compile game sometimes does? Because you can see these lasers here, they're flickering because I think it's like an interlacing trick, see? I'm holding down the button, but the lasers disappear every other frame. So it's apparently a thing. It's like a programming trick a lot of developers were using back in the day. Xanac, and I want to say Gunnac, definitely did that on the NES. So you can get more sprites on screen. I'm going to press the circle button. Excuse me, button number 1. I'm going to grab the red super shell. So now I'm level 3. So I got rid of my blue weapon by pressing button 1. That unleashed the super shell. Then I picked up the red weapon so that my character was fully powered up. And then I grabbed the green weapon after I was already powered up. Now let's try that instead. Press button 1. So now I'm using my red weapon. So now I'm a level 2, I think. So it's an interesting trick, I think, to this game's mechanics. It's like, okay, you can sacrifice the weapon you're carrying and turn it into a bomb. Press the circle button. Okay, so I press button 1 to get rid of one of my... Because there were 2 reds. So I sacrificed one of them to unleash that super shell. So I'm still level 3. Yep, this is a fully powered level 3 red weapon. So before picking up that extra red icon, I sacrificed one of the red shells I was carrying. There's a tiny bit of nuance to this. I dig it. Careful. I don't want to race the super shell just yet. Actually, I probably should because no, I'm a level 2. I'm a level 2 red weapon now, so I don't want to lose that super shell just yet. Okay, now I'm level 1. He hit me, so now I'm a level 1. Okay, so that means I can afford to sacrifice one of these. Yep, I can afford to sacrifice one of these. Sacrifice another one. So that little red meter on the top of the screen where it says my speed, below the score you see the speed, there's a little meter below that. That shows how much power I have left in my super shell. Okay, let's see how my continue function works. Setup. Let's try arcade mode just for funsies. Then I'll continue. Arcade mode. Okay, let's try it out. God, right at the beginning of the level. Okay, so we'll play a little bit in arcade mode and see how we do. That was not cool. Oh, fun fact, I'm looking at the manuals for these things. Apparently there's like a battery backup feature built into the turbo booster, or I think it's the CD does the same thing. So apparently the way it works is that you can save your progress to the battery, but you have to keep it powered up by turning the power on the unit at least once every 2 weeks. The way it apparently works is that the battery can store your progress so long as the unit is powered on. But if you turn the power off, it can only sustain the battery for 2 weeks. So if you're gonna turn off your unit, you have to turn it on at least once every 2 weeks, which is just odd to me. I've never heard of that before. Because I know, like, your average NES game that had a battery inside didn't require you to do that. But apparently this game has some kind of weird system where this console had a weird system where as long as you kept the power on, at least once every 2 weeks, you could recharge the battery, I guess, or just kind of sustain it a little bit. Which is kind of bizarre to me that they would have that restriction. Like, imagine if you had to, like, play Zelda in your console at least once every 2 weeks just to keep all your saves. I don't know how I feel about that. At least they give you the option. Of course, this TurboGrafx Mini doesn't have that problem. The memory can be sustained for like decades, I want to say. I'll take the green. Yeah, I'll take the green. Yeah, I guess we'll play Caravan mode a bit later. But I'm curious if this narrower arcade screen allows you to... I should have unleashed the Super Shell first. I wonder if the narrower arcade screen allows more enemies to appear on the top of the screen, using all that extra vertical space you got. Whoops, I got hit. Circle. Sorry. Button 1, I apologize. So now I don't like the green. I'm gonna get rid of the green. Okay, get rid of that. Now I'm carrying the blue. Power up, then grab the red. Okay. So if I switch to the blue, grab the blue capsule, and then switch to the red. So now my red's powered up. Full power, level 3. So if I want to switch to the blue, I can press button 1 and get rid of this red weapon in Super Shell form. This is a pretty good, like, all-purpose weapon, I think. Well, this game is way better than Psychosis. I think we can admit that. I think we can come to that conclusion. Because I don't know what Psychosis was doing, even. Yeah, we're doing well. Shouldn't I be able to switch weapons at this point? There they are. Okay, switch it up. We want the red or the blue. I guess we'll take the green. Take the green. Whatever. We got the green instead. I guess I could have unleashed another Super Shell before I picked up that other weapon. That's okay. The idea is that if you have too many weapons, you can't power up anymore. You might as well just unleash your Super Shell with button 1. Yeah, this weapon isn't particularly strong. Okay, Super Shell. So now I have a blue. I think this is fully powered up, too. Okay, sacrifice that. Then we'll go red and red again. So you can see the meter that appears below my score as soon as I press button 1 for the Super Shell mode. Yeah, it's a cute effect. Is that a raster effect? So I can shoot behind you with this thing, so that's pretty handy. Come on. Okay, now I'm level 2. Yeah, I took a hit, so I guess now I'm level 1 again. Okay, press the button 1 to unleash the Super Shell. I think I took a hit there. Ah! Took a hit. Okay, give me that red. Okay, I got the red back. I can't use my super shell right now. It's probably a bad idea. Ah! Shouldn't have got behind him. It's a bad move on my part. So I got the red back. They were good. Those missiles kind of weave a bit to the left and right. They weave towards you after it shoots them, so just be careful there. Ah! What was I doing? Did I miss the red power-up? I think I did. Careful. Got him. Okay, he wants some. Can't shoot behind me. Come on, hurry up. That was stupid. That was just stupid. Okay, so we'll go to the challenge mode. Okay, we'll go 2 minutes. Why not? I'll also just do a score attack, I guess. Let's do this thing. So we're in a completely different level, I guess. This is where we're competing for score, basically. Ha! I'll take that. Oh, you can't use super shells in this mode. Okay, but there might be like hidden power-ups or something, like hidden score. Like there might be like hidden score orbs or something in this mode. I forget. Yeah, but I can't press button 1 for super shell mode, which I guess makes sense. So yes, I'm getting bonuses. So if we're gonna play for score, you're gonna need those bonuses. I don't know how I got it though. Did I shoot something to give me a bonus? There it is. Yep, I got another bonus. So you can find these little bonus icons if you shoot the right area of the screen. But it's not like Xevious where you can just like, you know, uncover stuff. Is there only one kind of weapon in this mode? Oh well. So we're doing that Saturday Supercade Nick Arcade thing where we're just playing for the highest score we can within a time limit. Okay, we're halfway there, kids. I didn't take any hits, so I'm just... I should be getting bonus points for collecting the same weapon when I'm fully powered up already. That would make sense to me. If I'm already a level 3 character and I pick up an extra red weapon, I should be getting bonus points for that, don't you think? Okay, he's going down. I might be able to beat him in the next 20 minutes. Okay, he's going down. Alright, so I got that bonus. So that's where the time crunch comes in handy. You gotta get as many points as you can before the time runs out. 2 more seconds. Time up. 350 is not bad for a first timer. Too bad I couldn't get a different weapon. Well, that's my high score. Let's see how quickly I can type this in. So I'll be claiming that. Okay, score mode. What is score mode? What's the difference between score mode and just regular mode? The manual doesn't say what score mode is. Yeah, the Turbo Booster Plus is backup RAM. Let's see what score mode does. Okay. Story. Get out of here with that. Oh, so that just shows you what your highest scores are. Let's see. Challenge mode. Let's see. You can use a challenge mode for preliminary matches, which are 2 minutes long, or championships, which are 5 minutes long. In 5 minutes mode, after you kill the last leader, the remaining time the number of ships are added to your score as bonus points. Only cluster weapons can increase in power level. Those are the red weapons I was using. The 5-way weapons are cluster weapons. There are no super shells, options, or burst outs. Any items captured after you reach level 3 are added to your score as bonus points. Okay. Devise your own methods of finding hidden items and defeating enemies who are worth a lot of points in order to become the champion. And we'll do that later. Okay, so you get the idea. This game's okay. I'll come back to this one.